She raising her back up, she want this. Score and assist, I done seen no boy real night. Bitch, we made it 10 out of 10, she my vibe. Whole lot of talk front and side, whole lot of guap, get me right. Whole lot of tears in her eye.
Down to come alive, they keep them in the high. I keep the whole city mentally rocking off X's, high mileage popping. This one for my exes.
Yeah, there's back in the mix with it, man. And I've got another really quick video here for y'all today. So this is a project I put together in an attempt to try to better understand the processing going on this artist's vocals. Now, if you don't know the original song, this is by an artist who goes by the name of JX. Now, he's one of our friends from over across the pond. Yeah, I think he's from over in the UK. But if you haven't heard of him, he's an up-and-coming underground artist with superstar potential. This kid's sonics are so refreshingly unique, and his intangible, like his handle on melody is absolutely absurd. If you haven't heard of him, I definitely recommend you check out some of his stuff. I'll go ahead and put his Spotify up on the screen here. But that's enough, glazing for one video. So let's jump into this project. So I'm gonna play this through just one time so you can hear the whole track. Oh wait, one more thing. If you don't already know, this template and all my projects, presets, templates, they're all available on Patreon. I'm gonna put the link up here. It's also gonna be in my link tree in the description. Now, my niggas on Patreon had this template for, I don't even know, like over a month now, maybe 2 months. I released some things early on there before I get around to making a video for them. So if you're interested in early access, go ahead and check that out. So let's hear this.
I'm in a wild body with your bitch. I'm still young, I'm still rich. I'm not tryna fuck, I told that bitch sit, yeah. It is what it is. 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 Money make it fit. All of these diamonds, they red. It's a bust down watch. I don't need to talk to them too much. No secrets and no about us. I'm be outside, not from the love. This place like Elon Musk. That bitch to go, then make her back. Take her back and fuck them up. It is what it is. 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 Yo, money, I make that shit flipping it double, flipping it double. Yo, bitch is full up to my grill. I'm not just from the gutter. She raising her back up, she want this. Score and assist, I done seen no boy real night. Bitch, we made it 10 out of 10, she my vibe. Whole lot of talk from that side, whole lot of guap, get me right. Whole lot of tears in her eye.
So yeah, boom, that's the track. Now, I want to be completely transparent. I have not accurately, like 100% recreated the chain that's on his vocals in this song. This is, my approximation. I'm trying to get it as close as I can. This is how I would go about getting the effect. But I 100%, my ears are informed enough to know that I can hear he's not doing, this is not how he's treating his vocals. He's doing something else. Now, I'm not informed enough to know what it is, but I can clearly hear this is not the processing that's on his vocals. But anyways, let's check it out. So we come over here, channel 42, so there's the main vocal, and 43, so both two mains. Now, if you look at the effects here, it's pretty much, a lot of standard stuff, nothing you haven't seen already in my other videos, so I'm not gonna cover that, but I'll show you what I've done differently to affect this. So the first thing here is on the first main vocal channel, so 42 and 43 are both mains. If you look at 47, it's the first auto-tune channel that's being routed into 42. So the first difference from what you normally see is that I have an instance of Little Altar Boy loaded after the auto-tune. Now this is because I have a way deeper vocal timbre than JX. I don't know if it's because he's young or if he just has a higher voice, but it's almost like a unique characteristic about like his sound. It's kind of like this high pitch in his voice. Sometimes he has it like shifted up, right? So sometimes I assume he's recording it a couple semitones down, then shifting it back up, so you get this kind of chipmunk effect. But like his voice is higher than mine, right? So I've went in here, I've shifted the formants up 0.6. Now there's a gazillion better ways to do this. This is just what I did here because it was fast and easy, but this is probably not how you should do this. If you're trying to release this, I'd recommend a better algorithm for shifting the formants. Probably Serato Pitch and Time Pro, if you have the budget for it. It's a ridiculously expensive plugin, but if not, you can just actually change the clip settings. If you double click the clip in FL, you can change the pitch settings, and they have different algorithms, E3 generic, E3 mono, Stretch Pro Stretch. So that's the first thing. Second thing, if you come to channel 42, you'll see after my main processing, I have an instance of Soothe 2. This is not an ordinary, it's just odd for me. You probably haven't seen me do this before. I've done this here just because I want the vocal resonance as tame, like as clean as possible before I modulate the hell out of it. So next change is an instance of Auto-Tune E-Effects. Now I had started with this telephone effect under the tube amp and filter on Tari's presets. But I ended up taking off the tube amp part, and I'm basically only using the filter. So you should be able to just do this with an EQ. Just set the cutoff frequency, set the resonance, and it should sound like pretty much the same. You can go into Plugin Doctor if you really want to make sure you're crazy accurate, if you're OCD about that. But I think this also does have a little bit of tuning going on. It's auto-tune, right? So I think there's that and the auto-tune. But I mean, if you have those two plugins, you should be able to do it just like without this plugin if you want to for some reason. So the next difference you'll see is over here, channel 4, the main bus. I have the modulation type of effects. And this is really where the meat and potatoes of like the sound is coming from. I'll play it real quick, I'll bypass it, turn it on and off, just so you can hear like what it's doing.
I'm in a wide body with your bitch. I'm still young, I'm still rich. I'm not trying to fuck, I told that bitch sit, yeah. It is what it is. 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 Money making flip. All of these diamonds, they red. Yeah. It's a bust down watch. I don't need to talk to them too much, no secrets and no about us. I'm outside the phone dealer. In space like Elon Musk. Bad bitch, take a hold, then make her back. Take her back and fuck them more. It is what it is.
So yeah, that kind of effect. So the first thing I have here is a limiter. This is because like I don't have access to the trackouts for this song. I just used the neural network model that's so popular right now to rip the beat from the vocals. And because of this, that means the beat's already fully processed, it's already limited and everything. So I'm limiting my vocals before they get sung with the beat, just so that the vocals won't be competing as much for headroom later. So you're limiting the vocals now so that you don't have to limit everything later as much, if that makes any sense. Next is this instance of Centaurus. So this is a pretty advanced chorus plugin. It's by the company D16. Now this is one of the most underrated, one of the most slept on plugin manufacturers pretty much out there, probably like top 10 most slept on. I'm actually gonna make a video I think about that in the future, coming soon. Most underrated and slept on VST developers. Anyways, I think this is a dated version now. I believe they're on Centaurus 2, so I gotta see, upgrading to that. But yeah, I'm not gonna get too much into it. I have a chorus, and then I have waves, doubler, mono to stereo after that. I'll open it here so you can see the settings, but I'm not gonna get too much into it either. Yeah, those are the modulation effects responsible here for the majority of the sound. Now the only other thing that I have changed is on my vocal bus, my vocal master bus. You'll see there's an instance of Stereo Imager D. This is a plugin by AOM, another underrated, just don't get the recognition they deserve. Why, I don't know, make fantastic plugins. But this is just a mid and side gain plugin. Very simple, right? See, 2 knobs, center gain, side gain. So it just encodes your signal into a mid-side matrix and decodes it. So you can affect the mid sides if you want. So I boosted up the sides 10%, nothing too crazy. The vocal just wasn't feeling wide enough to my ears without it. So I've got this on, and I didn't want to use a regular stereo expander. So yeah, that's basically all there is to what I did. So once again, if you want to find my Patreon, the link tree is in the description. Also, if you'd like to work with me, go ahead and check my link tree as well. You can hire me on Fiverr, or just shoot me a message on Patreon if you don't want to go through the hassle of dealing with the website Fiverr. We'll chop it up, man, see if we're a good fit and work something out. I hope, you got something from this. Hopefully you're able to learn something from this. Take the technique, apply it to your own sound, and enhance your creativity. But yeah, man, that's it. I'm Don Paris, and I'm out of here.
I don't really know if you can stop, but we just started off. Found the ones before we aired out, and now we watch them crawl. Guarded with your life, man, we can't wait too far to watch them fall.